First of all, I just want to say thank you to each of you for all of your support and your love, the beautiful flowers. She loved flowers. The kind words, just reaching out, and the stories that I've heard, all that Mother has done for you. It doesn't surprise me, to be honest, as you can already see. She has quite a legacy of giving of her time and her heart. And Mother gave a lot of her time to me, maybe because I was more the flamboyant one. Maybe I had a lot of her in me, and she knew what I would need best. And Mother was our biggest fan. She said many times, Heather, I'm your biggest fan. She would write me letters and end it with, I'm your biggest fan. And Mother was there for me, for the little and the big. Mother pushed me. She always taught me. Jameson could, she's taught you a lot too, Jameson, but recently, in the past 4 years of my life, she's always been using the word standards. And I had a very difficult time in my life, and she said, Heather, you have a choice. You have a choice to have standards. And she said, honey, I don't ever want you to feel like you're better than anybody. I want you to be humble and have compassion. She says, I want you to hold your head up. And I want you to expect much, because I expect you to give much. And Mother gave much. And I had a time this week where I was sitting alone reading her Psalms 91. And it took me back to many times when, whether I was young as a young child or my adult life, and times where she had taken me in during some difficult times. I'd wake up thirsty, and I'd walk in, and Mom would be in there reading Psalms 91. Many times she would walk around the home and just pray out Psalms 91. And so I just encourage you all, just in time of need, just to pull that out and read Psalms 91. One thing Mom always did is she always read it aloud. And it always brought us such peace and comfort. And I think I'm going to miss laughing with her. We used to get in a lot of trouble when it came to laughing, because we would do it in the most odd times, really the most inappropriate times. And I remember she would begin laughing, and Mom didn't laugh little, Mom laughed big, because everything Mom did was big. And of course, the body would do this. And then I would put my hand, and I'd look at her, and she'd look at me, and then there were two bodies doing this. And I would just laugh and laugh and just laugh. And I had a time with her this week, and I said, Mom, what am I going to do? Because as you all know, in time of need, you would go to Mom. Whether in the workplace, whether it's a friend, you could always count on Mom. And she would always have truth and wisdom. And I heard a wind chime go off on my balcony. And she loved wind chimes, and I looked up in the sky, and I felt a peace, and I felt her tell me, well, honey, do what I've taught you. You don't do what I've taught you. I've been teaching you your whole life long. And so forever, how long you've known my mother, I know that it's been intentional. It's been a God-given divine appointment. And whatever she has poured into your life, I pray that you would use it for His glory. I pray if there's unfinished business, that you would find peace with those. I pray that if she asked you to be strong and have courage, and that God has a plan, I encourage you to be strong and have courage, because God has a plan. And she really missed her mom. And that was one of probably the top 5 things on my mind after I had processed everything, was that she's with her mom now. And you know, this is her flesh nature, this is just her body, but her spirit, as you can see, is what brought her to life. And her spirit can be amongst us every day. And I just encourage you to just carry that on with you in the way you love and